Hey there clan, welcome to a clan update for the 24th of November 2015. Yeah, it's been a wee while since I did a proper update. I do apologise for that, and also I apologise for the scarcity of videos. I've only been doing maybe 2, if lucky 3 videos a week, which is normally my usual. I do apologise for that. There's just been a couple of things in real life that I've been dealing with, and also a bit of a lack of motivation, I'll be honest. And also a little bit of a case of the lazies, I'll be honest. But yeah, so if you've never watched Clan Update, this is where I update you on how the channel's been doing and also what's going to be happening in the foreseeable future, maybe the next month or two. So, firstly, channel has actually been doing pretty damn well so far. We've gained quite a few subscribers. We're getting close to 2,700 and hopefully going to hit that 3,000 subscriber goal maybe by the end of the year if we're lucky. I'm not holding out hope, so it's... that's a lot of subscribers to gain, and 400 plus subscribers is a lot of subscribers to gain in less than a month. But yous have surprised me before in the past, so we might do that. Last month and partially this month have been actually relatively well for views. We've been getting 10k views as always. My view rate is normally anywhere from 8 to about 12,000 views per month, which I am very, very grateful for. I do appreciate that. And I can't thank you enough for those who stick around and watch my videos, whether it be my old videos or my new videos, or you keep up to date with all my videos like you should. But yeah, I do appreciate that, and I can't thank you enough for all the support that you have given me. I am slowly but surely starting to improve my videos ever so slowly, bit by bit. I was able to actually get my editing software back. I found the box, I thought I'd thrown it out. But so that's been very helpful. You know, I've been in an intro now, and also the Patreon credit at the end, which has a full list of all my current Patreons, and I do update that. I do check my Patreon anytime I get a new. So if you want, I have had one or two people ask me how do you get that list, that little credit thing I put at the end of my videos now. That's for my Patreons only. It's something I wanted to add for a while, and I was just lazy, and I just decided let's make it, get it done. So I made a credit list for my Patreon. That is the full list of Patreons, and of course, if you want your name there, you have to be a Patreon. Just to reiterate, I don't ask for anything more than $1 a month, and that's like 50 pence. I don't ask for anything more than that. And Patreons don't get any special treatment. It's like you pay. It's an optional thing. I don't want my subscribers to be divided like paid subscribers and non-paid subscribers. It's just the way I like to do things. Is that if you want to be a Patreon, I want you to become a Patreon because you think my content's worth it, and you don't get anything special out of it. I know that's kind of a bad thing to do because some people say you should do that with Patreons, but I don't like doing that. I'm not big enough to do that, in all honesty. Maybe in the future I might do it, some kind of Patreon incentives, but for the time being I just don't feel like that's the right thing to do right now, even though with the subscriber base I have at the moment. Maybe when we hit the maybe 10 to 50k mark eventually, which might take like 10 years maybe. I don't know if YouTube's still around by then. But yeah, so that's how you get on there, and I am very grateful to every single Patreon. Without them, I would not be able to keep doing. My thumbnail would not be as good because I'd be using GIMP instead of freaking Photoshop, which Photoshop is like I pay for that. It's something I pay for. The editing software as well. I am saving up for a better editing software. And of course, some of the money does go towards my casual living and also towards games. Without yous, I would not be able to get games. Simple as that. But yeah, that's so I do appreciate that. So I would like to hopefully hit my first Patreon milestone before the end of the year, which is $75. I would like to hit that before the end of the year. We did hit it at one point, but the person who was post-subscriber had to, a few patrons had to drop out due to financial reasons, which I completely understand. But yeah, that's I kind of would like to have at least my first milestone sometime soon, but as I say, we don't. But yeah, I do appreciate that. Now, what's coming up on the channel in the future, of course. If you didn't see it already, we did the final Geekquisition for Dragon Age Inquisition. That is up on Lady Insanity's channel. I will leave a link into it in the description. It's the final Inquisition podcast for the final Geekquisition for Dragon Age Inquisition. It doesn't feel that long ago we started covering it, and we did our first ever Geekquisition. I'm going to turn this bloody thing off because the glare's bugging me now. But yeah, we had a blast doing it. We did it on Saturday there, I believe, and I love talking with those guys about anything, about games, real life. They're my friends, and I absolutely do appreciate them. They are much better YouTubers than me. They have a larger subscriber base, and I do appreciate them keeping me around. It's an outstanding thing, and I absolutely love those guys. Love not even guys, the gals. I love those gals, with those lasses, with all my heart. I always love doing the Geekquisition. I always love doing a podcast with them, playing cards against men, or whatever the hell we do. I love doing stuff with them because they're absolutely a treat to be around, and they are my friends. I do love them. So if you want to go check that out, I highly recommend it. We talk about Dragon Age, spoilers, of course. It was a treat to do that, and I absolutely loved it. And we will be doing more podcasts in the future. But of course, this was the final Dragon Age one because Inquisition was the year anniversary of it. We will do other ones in the future, but nothing's been set in stone at the moment with all of our busy schedules, and including mine, which has now changed. It's going to be a bit of a hectic thing to plan. And the next game, of course, is Mass Effect Andromeda, when we get more news about that, and of course, BioWare's next secret IP. But yeah, if you haven't seen that, go check it out. So that being said, what's coming up on the channel lately? Right now, the only things I have planned for the channel as content-wise is the Star Wars, my experience with Star Wars. That is a series I've started to do every now and then, talking about a series, my experience with a franchise I've done it with. I believe Mass Effect and Dragon I've done it with so much. I did it with Fallout, and I've done it with one or two other game series, I believe. I just can't remember off the top of my head. I have a bad memory. But that's a series that I actually want to try and continue, where I talk about my experience with particular franchises, series, movies, that kind of thing. And I am going to talk about my Star Wars one. I did film it earlier, but unfortunately due to the lighting issue, just complete pitch black. I didn't even notice it until I stopped recording. But I am going to do that. I am going to talk about my experiences with the Star Wars franchise, what was my first exposure to the Star Wars franchise, that kind of thing. And that's what I'm going to do, leading up to, of course, Episode 7, which will be my first Star Wars film I'll see in theatres. I never saw the prequels in theatres, and of course I never saw the originals when they were in theatres, because I wasn't born then. But this will be my first Star Wars I see in picture in theatres, so I am excited for that. So that's definitely coming. I am working on other wee bits and bobs of ideas for the channel. As I say, I am slowly but surely improving the channel as I go along. I am considering doing maybe another one of these ones where I talk about the superhero TV series that I've been watching, because I do enjoy talking about them, including the fact that a trailer for Legends of Tomorrow was released, and also we got a first look at Wonder Woman and from the movies. Well, not first look, the movie, you know what I mean, the movie one. But yeah, I am going to try and cover that a little bit. Maybe in the future I'm still talking about what I want to do with this channel with myself, and just going over a few ideas right now. As for what else, I don't really have anything set in stone right now. I am looking to maybe start a new Let's Play. I just need to find the right game for it. I'm just not too sure what I'm going to be doing with it. That is something that I just need to have a little think about it. And maybe Bastion, because that game has been on my freaking playlist for bloody knows well how long. There's also one or two other games I'm thinking about. I just need to see how things will play out. There is some ideas of having a lot of fun with it. I may as well actually show you this. If you follow me on Twitter, you've already seen this, but I actually went to a cosplay class, a cosplay 101 class, cosplay 101 class last week, I believe, last Wednesday, and I made this, which is a greave, basically, a little bracer. It's just, I just threw it together. It's made from Warbler and Evafoam, but yeah, this is my first ever time working with stuff for the cosplay class, and I absolutely loved it. I am going to be hopefully working with this more in the future, which I'll get to in a moment, what's going to happen. And I'm debating whether or not I might record like basically my experience starting working with this kind of stuff in cosplay. Like, I'm debating whether or not I'm going to record that. I'm not too sure. I'll have a little think about it. Maybe a beginner learning cosplay. I'm not too sure, but I thought I'd show that off just for the shooter. This just gave me a couple of ideas that I'm mulling over right now. There is big news, unfortunately. I do need to inform you of. If you follow me on Twitter, you already know this. I don't think I've mentioned it in a video, and if I have, I'll mention it again here, just in case for those that missed it. I finally got a job. I have started a part-time job, seasonal job, so it's mostly for the Christmas period. I start on Sunday this week. That's when I start, and that's when I'll get my full shifts. So I'm just letting you all know that in advance. Once I get my shifts, I will work around my content, but that might impact the channel. In fact, it most definitely will impact the channel quite significantly due to the fact that I will be working. But on the plus side, I will have an income, even if it is only for the next month or so. I will actually have money. I will have an income that I will be able to use to not only for myself and my family, but for the channel. I will actually be able to invest in some things that I've been basically haven't been able to afford to invest in. There's a couple of things that I do want to put money aside for when I have more space. One thing, of course, is proper lighting. This was a recommendation, and I do appreciate it. I am going to have to figure out where I'm going to put it, I'm going to be honest. But I am thinking about investing in some decent lighting, because I'm only using like a light bulb right now. And I have to adjust this in editing sometimes, not this one, don't worry. But I am going to start hopefully investing in the channel. This will also allow me to get games. This will also allow me to invest a little bit in this channel with my own income, which I've been doing, of course, regularly. But I have an income now. It means I actually have some money that I'll be able to use for myself and hopefully improve the channel and see how things play out there. Now, as I say, it's only a seasonal job, so I'm probably going to get like maybe 20 plus hours if I'm lucky, but it's a job and it's better than nothing. So I am going to be heavily trying to make sure I keep this job. So I do apologise if there is a lack of content. I will still try to keep up to my at least 2 to 3 videos a week. If there is a small gap, like maybe there's a week I don't do any videos, that's the reason is that I'm working basically. So hopefully you will understand that, and I do appreciate the support you give me. I will continue to make videos, do not worry about it. It's just see how things will go along. I wanted to let you know that. So as the case, of course, there's the seasonal period that's coming up, which is the job I'm doing. Christmas is coming up. I'm trying to think if there's anything I can do round about that holiday period, but I don't think there really is anything, in all honesty. There's not much I can do. There's not much of a Christmassy theme I can do. But yeah, I don't know. I'll have a little think about something I can do. Maybe just do a Christmas, a holiday Christmas, whatever screw being politically correct, a Christmas, sorry, Xmas, whatever the frick I call it. Themed Q&A. I might do that, maybe a live stream, which is something I am going to try and actually do now. Due to the fact that I now have a job, and hopefully I'll be able to keep the job, I'm actually going to invest in actually getting better internet that will allow me to stream at least, hopefully, once or twice a week. I'm still debating whether I'm going to do YouTube or Twitch. Most likely I'm going to be doing Twitch, but that is something that I do want to invest in. And of course, if I do a Christmas stream, I am going to be doing, of course, a live Q&A. That is what I want to do, and that's what I'll hopefully be able to do with the Christmas period, as a Christmas themed Q&A, that kind of thing. Maybe I'll do a parody, maybe I'll do something stupid, I don't know. I'll have a think. Other than that, I think that's pretty much everything. As it says, I do apologise for the lack of content, and of course I will hopefully keep you updated. If you want to keep up to date with things, how they're going, your best bet is to follow me on Twitter or my Facebook, which are always linked in the description. There is one last thing I want to show off. I got a Miranda Pop. Mwah. I just want to show that off. I've now bought my first pop figure for myself, so I'm now hooked. But yeah, follow me on Twitter and of course Facebook if you want, guys. They're always linked in the description. I think that's pretty much everything. I'm trying to think of everything else that is up, anything else that needs to go over. I think that is everything. Other than that, I do appreciate you watching, and I'm going to turn this on. Ah, bugger. Ah. Okay, I might actually have to edit. I'll see how loud that is. But yeah, so we'll see how things go. We'll play things by ear as we always do. We adapt. That is what the channel is for. Again, I appreciate all the support you have given me over the years, and here's to the channel in the future, and to one day I have faith, I'll be able to consider myself doing this full time. Other than that, I thank you for watching. As always, I'm Scottish War Nature. I'll see you all next time. Ciao for now.